Alexa, does the firmament touch the earth?
From Wikipedia.org. The firmament is said to be made of solid ice occupying the space between the earth and the first heaven.
Can anyone get through the firmament?
From Substack.com. NASA used high-altitude explosives to try and penetrate the firmament, and what they filmed of the operation was the result of their explosives creating massive watery wave propagation above them as they hit the quasi-vitreous dome above the Earth known as the firmament.
Alexa, is anyone able to get to space from going through the firmament?
No one is able to reach space by going through the firmament. The firmament is considered to be a barrier that has never been penetrated by humans, not even in science fiction or NASA's outer space movies.
Thank you.
You know, when it comes to flat Earth, it's become abundantly clear that only the ones who research are the ones that figure out the lie of the globe Earth. But the only ones that research are the ones that actually want to know the truth. People who really don't want to know the truth don't want to do the research because they're afraid of what they'll find. So they'll just use petty, weak arguments based on lies. In the comment section in the last video, there was a lot of them. But one last thing before I leave. It's been recorded that we could see Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, as low as the 30th south latitude. And to all the globers, yeah, how is that possible on your globe? But anyways, send this video to somebody, share it, repost it. And if you're not already following me, please follow me somewhere right here. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please give me a follow. And yeah, but send this to somebody that thinks that we live on a globe, we're spinning, we evolved from monkeys, and dinosaurs are real. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that one, but peace.
I don't know if you guys can see, but the world is actually flat. You can see it right there at the end. See that? See it way out there? It's all flat. Except for that. That's not flat.
I just figured this out. Earth is code for ether. So the Coriolis effect is not the spinning of Earth. The Coriolis effect is the effect the sun has on the ether, which does circulate. Just like when a boat goes through water and it makes little whirlpools to the side where the wake goes, that's what the ether does. When the small local sun passes through the atmosphere, it affects the ether, and on either side it sends swirls of solar energy out. That's the Coriolis effect. So they tell us the Coriolis effect is the measure of Earth's spin. It's the measure of the ether spin. They tricked us.
So we know these videos are real because there's bubbles floating around in space. And the International Space Station is located in the Gulf of Mexico, underwater. So they do all of their practicing to go to space underwater. That's how we know these videos are real. Just look at those little tiny bubbles floating around in the empty vacuum of space. Pretty crazy, isn't it? Oh, there's another one. There's another one. It just keeps going, folks. If you're in an empty vacuum, one, how is the rocket propelling off of anything in an empty vacuum? Two, where are the bubbles coming from? Those are air bubbles. So what's outside of the air bubble? Water? I mean, the International Space Station is underwater, so that would make sense, right? Oh, there's another one. Crazy. I mean, a flat earther must have just edited this and thrown it in here. I think that's what happened. To be completely honest. Like I said, folks, it's not like they're underwater. Wink, wink. Like, for the love of Christ. Do you see how many bubbles are in these videos? It's absolutely insane. But I still believe.
See this image here? It's the Apollo 11 leaving the moon, okay? So I'm lying down here so you see it better, and sorry because it's a little blurry because it's from 1969. Okay, so it's leaving the moon. Huh? Who took this picture? Ah? Did they leave a cameraman there taking the picture? Option 1. Option 2. Did they leave a tripod taking the picture and then they sent it through Wi-Fi that didn't exist? Option 2. I don't think so. So, they lied to us. They lied to us. This is done in a Hollywood studio. They could not take that picture. Whoever took that picture stayed in the moon forever.
The Earth is flat.
If y'all want proof the Earth is flat, I just seen one of these neighbors with a sundial, and look at the old text on it. You can see the Roman numerals, and you can see the shadow. So that means that the sun should be behind us since it's leaving a forward shadow. You see? So it's a flat Earth. That platform represents flat Earth, and the shadow represents the sun going around it. So that's why they made sundials back in the day. Everything from back in the day is real and authentic. Real and authentic. Look at the Roman numerals so you can tell time.
Sundials are an old way to tell the time, using only the light from the sun. Look at this time lapse that took an entire day to film. The part of the sundial that sticks up, which is called the gnomon, casts a shadow on the face of the sundial. When the sun rises in the east, the shadow goes to the left of the gnomon. As the sun crosses the sky to the west, where it sets, the shadow moves across the face of the sundial, crossing the numbers as it goes. And that is what you use to tell the time. Of course, the sundial does not move at all. In fact,
but for those who don't know me, I'm Tippy. I prove the biblical flat earth using the Bible and other lost texts. And despite my page being a Christian page, people are pretty much perplexed as to why I use the Bible. They're like, that book is fake. It's not a history book. It was written by man. I'm like, who else is going to write a book? People back then didn't even know anything about science. God invented science. Plus, the people then were far more in tune with the Creator than we are today. So yeah, I think they knew. But I've digressed. If I can't use the Bible, which is supposedly fake, then why, oh why, are you, sir, considering planets, which are named after Greek or Norse gods, and one of them just so happens to be called Uranus. And the days of the weeks, Greek gods. Oh, and that blue marble on Google Earth, it's CGI. So what team are you on? Team Marble or Team Bible?
Nick, can you believe that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's the weirdest sunset ever.
I've never seen it do that before.
It's like it looks like a Lego pieces.
It's just sitting in the water.
It's a layer of fog.
Are you kidding me?
It looks like a pyramid. The Earth is flat.
It looks fake.
Closer too, isn't it?
Whoa! When the weather's really dry, the glare goes away, and you can see like the circle of the sun.
Why is it setting on the water?
It looks like it's digital.
Yeah, it looks digital. Okay.
It looks like a Pac-Man or something. Intergalactic car. Intergalactic. There it goes. Wow.
That's so weird.
Intergalactic, planetary.
Oh, Richard's taking a picture.
Intergalactic.
Wait, no, it looks like a boat.
No one lose their
Wait,
car.
green flash, guys. We're gonna see it because it was so pink.
It's not clear enough.
Do you guys? The green flash exists, but it's only because when your eyes don't see that red, that orangey pink, it replaces it with the opposite on the color spectrum, which is green. That's why you see green flash.
I can see it happening right now.
Yeah, you'll see a green flash because it's gonna disappear and then you'll see a green flash.
That's so
You see the green?
weird. I don't see green.
I see it.
How come I don't see the
When you just stare at it.
The natural design in nature all falls in line with the torus, which is basically a donut. Have you ever heard that your eyes are the window to your soul? Well, what's the shape of your eye? It's a torus. You'll soon realize that we see this everywhere. Even the words that come out of our mouth all fall in line with the torus. We have an electromagnetic field that radiates around us, same shape. And it actually changes when we have fear versus when we have love. Fear, it creates a lower frequency, it lowers the immune function, and it creates disorder. Versus love, it's a higher frequency, creates order, and strengthens the immune system. Now, does it make a little more sense when they told you to stay 6 feet away when the whole world shut down a few years ago? We also see this everywhere in nature. We see this everywhere. Now, if you take a magnet and put it on a device called a ferrocell, it actually shows you what the magnetic field lines look like. For example. Alright, now keep this in mind and check this out. So this right here is the path that the ISS makes over a geocentric Earth, meaning the Earth at the center. Now, if we take those magnetic field lines and we map it over the path of the ISS, it matches perfectly. As if we live in the center of creation, but that's not all. Again, the magnetic field lines versus solar eclipse. The path of the planets with the Earth at the center with these luminaries all moving over the Earth. Everything seems to fall in line with this torus. Even when we map out the position of the Sun using a supercomputer, it falls in line with the torus as well. Magnetic flux data projected on a plane as if there's a vortex in the middle, which again lines up perfectly. So we effectively live between a double donut sandwich on a plane that's in the middle of a double torus. Such as, so we would live on that green plane and we would experience that top torus over the Earth. That's what all observations show us. Yet we're told that we live on a spinning flying space rock that's flying around the sun when we experience the complete opposite of that. But we actually live in the center of creation on a perfectly designed timepiece where the sun tells us the time of the day, the moon tells us the time of the month, and the stars tell us the time of the years. Our Creator is incredible. What up, fam? This is Francois Gabert, probably butchered that, and he won the 2012-2013 Vendée Globe Race in 78 days, 2 hours, and 16 minutes. But here's the crazy part. Alright, so this is the path that they take, where they navigate around the alleged continent at the bottom of a ball. So if this is the path on a ball, they'd be turning right the entire time. But on a flat Earth, they'd be turning left the entire time. So let's listen to what the man has to say himself.
Et un tour du monde en bateau, c'est très très simple. Hein. Oui. On descend l'Atlantique, on tourne à gauche à chaque fois, et puis on tourne. Comme si on faisait le tour d'un lotissement. Enfin, je veux dire, il faut toujours tourner à gauche. Si on hésite à un moment donné, il faut tourner à gauche. Il faut toujours tourner à gauche. Il faut toujours tourner à gauche. Il faut toujours tourner à gauche.
From the man himself, you must always turn left. Doesn't work on a ball.
L'Atlantique, on tourne.
For those that don't know, Antarctica has the highest average elevation on Earth because it contains all of our water. So here you go. Antarctica surrounds all of the water. We effectively live in a giant pond, and all of these land masses is what we call Earth. Sorry, Globies, Earth is flat.
So I have a question for you. How is it that if we're rotating through space with absolutely no direction, that we have never seen a shooting star come up from underneath us and shoot across the sky upward?
Aleister Crowley was raised in a Christian household and he hated every single minute of it. He grew up to be an occultist and a ceremonial magician. Aleister Crowley had a huge influence on Satanism, but he actually made his own religion called Thelema. Thelema was a combination of philosophy, magic, and religious beliefs. Thelema, on the surface, seemed to teach that you should find your destiny and your purpose, and you should follow your own will. And many of you might recognize following your own will from Satanism, do as thou wilt. Thelema is said to actually mean the word will in Greek. Aleister Crowley was quite the traveler, and he ended up traveling to Egypt, where he summoned a demon. It is very important to note that he was in Egypt while summoning this demon. After summoning this demon, he ended up writing a book. I'm not sure if he wrote the book while channeling the demon or if he wrote it after. Either way, the book was demonically influenced by the demon that he summoned and channeled while in Egypt. This demon spoke a religion to him, basically, and named 3 gods that are in charge of the whole world. I downloaded this book and I read it, and it was eerily similar to the Emerald Tablets. You don't know what the Emerald Tablets are. They are tablets that are said to be like 36,000 years old, written by an Egyptian god named Thoth, or Egyptian demon named Thoth. The Emerald Tablets also name 3 Egyptian gods who were in charge of the whole world. Christian Gnosticism actually teaches that the 3 gods from the Emerald Tablets are the same 3 gods that were running the show during the Old Testament times of the Bible, and that things got twisted along the way, and we ended up with the story of having the 1 god, while in reality we have 3. Do I buy into this? No, I do not, but it's a thing. It's a thing that people say. So the concept of having 3 gods running the show is an ancient Egyptian concept. It's a concept that is put forth from the Emerald Tablets, and also a concept put forth from the demon that Aleister Crowley summoned and then wrote religious texts from. People who follow the Emerald Tablets typically are people who are also really interested in the story of the Anunnaki, which essentially is a story of extraterrestrials, or in more simplistic terms, aliens. But why does any of this matter? Why does Egypt matter? Why does it matter that he was in Egypt? Why does it matter that these gods are ancient Egyptian gods? And what do the aliens have to do with anything? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Haven't you noticed that Hollywood is super obsessed with Egyptian culture? Celebrity after celebrity after celebrity after celebrity. Even the Pope? And then what about aliens? Why are aliens part of this at all? Well, here is a photo of the demon that Aleister Crowley summoned and channeled. Looks kinda alien? I say all this to say that alien deception is absolutely coming. And these aliens are going to bring back the worship of ancient Egyptian gods, or ancient Egyptian demons. Be spiritually prepared. Aliens are demons, and demons lie. I actually got a library card recently and checked out this book called The Return of the Gods. It is by Jonathan Cahn. I guess that's how you say it. I have not read it yet. I've just thumbed through it. And so far, it's basically exactly what I just told you. The return of the ancient gods, the return of the open, bold, in-your-face worship of the ancient gods. I think it's very important that you guys look up how the ancient gods were worshipped. Thank you. That's all. Have a great day.
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.